Peace. Peace to the divine infinite consciousness, yo. And we sit back in my little broken chair. But yo, we finna get ready to build about the truth, man. I'm building on how the colonizers colonized, man. Alright? Now, everyone, for all my peoples down in Mississippi, you know what I'm saying? That's where I'm from, Jackson. May not got that accent. Because my mama read to me when I was a baby. But I got that common sense, though. You know what I'm saying? And you know, my pop's from Memphis. You know, Egypt. Mom's from Cairo. Up in Chicago. Top of the Nile of the West. Up in the Minneapolis, Minneapolis. You know, all the way down to the Gulf Coast. Or coast. Where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I'm getting ready to build on this, the Sentinelese. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but the Sentinelese tribe, right? So, I'm gonna let you know this is a God tribe, you know what I mean? This is a God tribe. Now, these people been trying to get close to their land, you know what I'm saying, for now, at least 1,000+ years now. You know what I'm saying? We know before the first documented voyage over there to their land. You know what I'm saying? And for those who don't know, the Sentinelese is a tribe who was known right now, who just got famous even more for shooting a missionary, you know what I'm saying, who tried to preach to them about the Gregorian God, a son of God called Jesus. Now, they you know, they knew and they're hip to what's going on. You know, it was previous attempts of people trying to trade with them, you know what I'm saying? Bring coconuts and all of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And they're talking about ain't no coconuts on the island. But it's like, how you know? These people are supposed to be the last frontier of the original woolly haired people on Earth that was untouched from them. So we see them niggas and they raw as form. Do y'all understand? It's like seeing a fruit that you ain't seen in forever, man. Ever. You gotta know what the hell you looking at, man. This is a time capsule. And see, they gonna get you caught up with the story like, you know, 55,000 years ago, shit like that. You know, nah. Muz had to flee when they knew the colonizers was coming. And they dipped, you know what I'm saying? Muz knew the science of the stars and shit. You know, that island right there, hey, it's magical, G. They there. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my broken ass chair. But and they got that 9 ether, man. You know what I'm saying? But we do know coconuts do grow between that region and shit, between the tropical Cancer and tropical Capricorn, for sure. So yeah, definitely gotta build upon this, man. You know, this holy tribe or God tribe got that soul. You know what I mean? That soul that we once had. You know, but we had to go through it. You know, it strengthened us on this plane. You know, those of us strengthen the gene. Those of us whose light bodies that we end up having to make when we incarnated here or carnated here on this third dimensional plane. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the higher realms of the 4th, 5th, and 6th and beyond dimensions. So, you know, they was an untouched tribe, a protected tribe too. You know, for them to be all the way out there, they went through generations of living, dying, living, dying, living, dying, over and over and over and over again. You know how many ancestors is around that place? You must understand. And see, now they're seeing our power. They're seeing how this shit is made manifest. Because once they figured out the science of the stars, that's how they started ruling us. That's how they got us. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so as far as for the other guy, you know, the other original people on the earth, we had to be that sacrifice, that spiritual sacrifice to take that as far as to get that spiritual lesson dealing with these individuals, these narcissistic individuals. You know, they come with the smile first, and then they give us little things that one of our people had to teach them to do to master us for a certain amount of time. But you know, now we don't really need their money, man. That just showed you right there. You don't even need their money, man. You don't need their shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is why you got to understand getting back in tune with nature and why grounding is very, very important. You can alkalize and get some cold air, but you know what I'm saying? In all actuality, if you're not here for the spiritual lesson to get it, then you don't have no reason being up here. You know, I'm talking about in the cold ass climate. You know, to understand these people, to understand the weaker part of yourself, because that's what you're here to master. That's what you cannot forget. That's why I'm here to help you remember. This is what we doing, alright? So we gotta eat the right things, the right things. Let me see. Look, bite. Got me a nice organic orange. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of these joints with some grapes and blueberries and the vibe, man. Just raising it up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I'm gonna let you know though. You know what I'm saying? So we had to deal with the most depths and deepest and darkest part of ourselves. Not the dark like a demonic part, but yeah, it could be. But the dark, deep abyss of yourself. This is what we had to deal with. I'm so happy that there's a tribe that was untouched. You know what I'm saying? That they got a chance to see with the same type of soul. They wonder where that shit come from originally. That's the same type of tribe. You know what I'm saying? That's what we are. Because there's nobody else in the world that's like us. We got people that's 5'6", that's black, that's jumping up to 12 feet to dunk on the rim, jumping over 7-foot men, man. The 7-foot men is amazed. They can't even do the equivalent of what the 5'6", 5'8" dude does. You know what I'm saying? See, these are the real pygmies, man. You know? So we had different spiritual schools on this plane. When we're dealing with different spiritual schools, we're talking about different schools, different lives, and depending on the type of cell you incarnated into in this third dimensional reality from the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensions. You know, and you created this form in yourself, which is in this gene, which when you graduated from the other life, what you got the animal life, and you got the reptile life, insectoid, cell, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Elements and shit like that. See, this is where you got your sense all the way up to the point where now you're at this point, and you've been living this point for a nice minute, and so you've been learning how to operate your frontal lobes. This is what you've been doing. So if you want to ascend and get up there, you gotta have the discipline. You gotta be lined up and discipline yourself. Because in our star charts, we do have squares. The things are opposition. The squares are oppositions, things that you have to conquer about yourself. And this is why you use the astral plane to do that. Because that's where you really at. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, this is what I'm saying. So, you know what I'm saying? These people, as far as like, you know what I'm saying, the different schools, I'm talking about these different schools of spirituality, you know what I'm saying, sprung up on the plane. We had the highest to the lowest level. The lowest level being the most primal level with sticks and stones and shit like that, until we gradually graduate into to steel and all of that, iron and shit like that, and all that, you know what I'm saying? So then you got different cultures. You know, you got the ones who formulated schools. This is all graduative levels, you know what I'm saying? Just made a word up probably. So these are all graduative levels. And so when you get to different points, you know what I'm saying, you got different civilizations, you know what I'm saying? And then you get to some of your highest, most spiritual civilizations when you're dealing with the Angkor Wat. You know what I'm saying? The Angkor Wat. You know what I'm saying? The energy, electricity, you know what I'm saying, of the life force, you know? So who's dealing with meditative things, you know what I'm saying, the inside and traveling their different lives within their own self. And then you got the Egyptians, you know what I'm saying, which is known as the Temeraeans. The Grafted people call them the Kemets, or the chemistry, or the Kims, or the Negus Nagas, and all of that, you know what I'm saying, the Ethiopian kings, calling these people the niggas and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But we got the niggas out there with the Buddhists, the black Buddhists, you know what I'm saying? The Nakas, you got Sambo, you know what I mean? The king, the first king who went over there and taught to whoever was over there at the time, you know what I'm saying, who accepted them. So we known as a lively people, a soul people. So yeah, this is how real the energy works. And so we end up manifesting another life form into this realm to teach us a spiritual lesson about the deepest part of ourselves. And it's been a hard school for a lot of mothers to master, man. I'm telling you. Because you got mothers falling into the deepest part of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Going all the way to robbing, stealing, killing, being gay as far as like man and shit. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to swallow semen and allowing your semen to be swallowed. You got different kinds of things. You know what I'm saying? And there's different levels of vibration to that. And then you have your own shits. You know, oh, okay, maybe this could work. This, and that. But, you know, that's just what it is. Some people have to spend a whole life to see that that's not the fucking way. You know what I'm saying? So you know, there's no such thing as time. So you can be reborn, respawned back into the same time, different shit, or different time, same shit, depending on your north and south nodes of what you need to learn and master about yourself, depending on how high you is in this spiritual game. You know what I'm saying? And if you got trines in your shit, and who you is, or if you got, you know, a lot of sextiles and all that shit, you know, this in your star chart. It reminds you to know your elements and what you're dealing with. And that's how you know the earth is flat, you know what I'm saying? But we're not talking like flat, but it's just a stationary place, you know what I'm saying? That things go down on, you know? That's just really what it is, man. And this is up to them, and that's up to us, where we at. I'm just in a denser form down here with y'all, just chilling, you know? But yeah, it's about the amino acids. That's what you take, which the fruit is. This is why you're eating this shit. That's why the shit's all over the goddamn playing net or the plane. You know what I'm saying? So you have to. And they found out vitamin C cured what, polio and shit like that. This is what they give it to these native, anyways. These native tribes with first contact. But that's a whole nother shit. You know. So yeah, we're watching this happen right before our eyes. The colonizers colonizing, making first contact. You know. So, but we the ones, you know, we've been in this shit. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the gene and the time frame. But those of us who's born in here in the star seeds and our way showers, that's a different story. But for those of us who's trying to get the fuck up out of this class, this is what the hell you gotta do. You're gonna have to fast. You know what I'm saying? Watch out for the mind-altering chemicals, them MACs. You know what I'm saying? Get rest. Talk to your higher self in the yin realm. Because we're out here in the yang realm. You know, everything's external out here. We got the feminine realm. That's where we getting our shit from. Yes. This is the masculine realm. We're on this side. Okay? This is how it works. So, yeah. And you're going to have to make sure you cut off their shit. You don't need that shit no more. Because when they came to you, all they did was give you shit. You know what I'm saying? A few little things make you look at yourself in the mirror like, oh yeah. That's who I am. That's what I look like. You know what I'm saying? And activate your narcissism from when you was a child. And close up your pineal gland and have that shit calcified. Hard as hell for it to get back open. Easily led in the wrong direction. Hard to be led in the right. So, with that, you gotta cut out all out of that shit. You know? And I'm dealing with the Sentinelese. These motherfuckers already know. So you know they're wise, man. And the spirit on there. I'm telling you. You don't kill the pig. You don't want your motherfucking swine. You know what I'm saying? So, don't want your little plastic dolls. None of that shit. You came and took people from them before, and then they died, and mother tried to return the gift by, oh, I'm sorry. Narcissists do that shit, trying to overstep their boundaries and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're dealing with, narcissistic people, and they're showing you through examples.